Hello everyone, my name is Jemmy, and today I will be giving you a brief overview on the Sandbox Money and their assets, also some stuff about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So let's get into it. So, like around yesterday or today, it depends on when you're watching, Sand reached its new all-time high. So it just climbed up to its all-time high, and that's why I think we should be looking more into it because you can see that it is going up slowly but steadily. So last video I was talking about the Sandbox ecosystem, and I will leave a link to the video on the top right corner right now. You can click on that video if you haven't watched yet. But today we're going to be focusing on these three main parts: sand, land, and assets. Sand is a token, land and assets are classified as NFTs. I will be going into depth later. So what are sand, land, and assets? Assets and land are NFTs, as I said earlier, which means that they're non-fungible tokens. So an example of this would be if you own the Mona Lisa and I own like a 2-year-old drawing that's like scribbled with crayon, then you would, if I were to trade it with you, you would think that it wouldn't be a fair trade because the Mona Lisa to you might be like has more value, but then to me, my painting has equal value to the Mona Lisa. So you can't really trade art because they're all unique, and that is why they're called NFTs or non-fungible tokens. This applies to land too. Sand is the Sandbox's currency, so you can buy land and NFTs or stake or do a lot of things with sand. So it's just like, for me it's like Thai baht, or for you it might be your country's main currency. So that's sand for the Sandbox. So, talking about currency, what is money in real life? So, you could say money is something that has value, and you are able to trade it with another one. So, if I had like 10 US dollars, I could be able to trade it for, I don't know, a bike would be way too much. Like, if I had 30, then I would be able to trade it for like a mouse because I know 30 is around 1,000 baht. But yeah, I would be able to trade this value for another one. So yeah, that's money. Now there is a particular type of money called fiat money. Fiat means that that object is not backed by a commodity such as gold, so it has no real value. An example of fiat money would be the US dollar. The US dollar wasn't backed by gold since 1971, which means that right now it doesn't have any real or any not intrinsic. I forgot the word, but it doesn't have any real value to it. So it's now just a piece of paper. But the only reason that you can still buy stuff or trade stuff with it is because everybody agrees that it has value. Therefore, everybody trades with it, and that's why it's still running. However, there might be a problem with this. I'll take you back to around the 1800s when a person called David O'Keefe, he sunk his ship in the Atlantic, or not Atlantic, I don't remember where it was, but he sank his ship. He has shipwrecked, and he shipwrecked near an island called Yap Island. The Yap Islanders, they were tribal people, not the most technological advanced people in the world, but they were using stone tools and like from old times. So they rescued David, and when David like got recovered, he saw that the people of Yap Island used these big rocks like this one over here called rye stones. Rye stones are the currency for Yap Island. The reason they are the currency is because it's rare. In Yap Island, you cannot find these stones. You have to go to another island and import it from there. And at that time, they only had canoes. So when they go to that island carrying a big boulder, then it would be really difficult to get it back. That's what it makes it rare. They use rye stones. And then David found a business opportunity. He grabbed some of the islanders and he sailed them off to this remote island, and then he told them to carve these stones for him. And once he had a good amount of stones, he went back to Yap Island and he traded them away for materials such as wood, metal, livestock, food. And then at that time, he got so much materials. But then after that, the economy in Yap Island, it crashed due to people knowing how to make it. So they keep on producing it until one of these rye stones, it just had no more value. That's why it just crashed and burned. which is also called inflation. So this could be compared to the US dollars. The rhinestone could be the USD, and the people of Yap Island could be, most people in the world, but targeting Americans or the people who use this currency. So yeah, it could happen like this if the government doesn't control it. And I will show you how crypto can help the situation. But first, we need to look at 4 things that we can use to tell if this currency is good or bad. First is durability, second, divisibility, third, is it transferable, and fourth, is it scarce or has limited supply. So if we were to take a look, comparing Bitcoin, which is a type of crypto, with US dollars. So let's look at durability. So Bitcoin is online. It's stored on online, so which means that you can't actually lose it unless you forget your password or email. So if it's like on your phone and that's how you get your wallet and your phone breaks, then if you remember your password and username, you can go to another electronic device and then just log in from there, and then you can have your crypto again. So it is durable. Now let's look at US dollars. Is it durable? Coins, yes, they are. And banks, due to their being paper and flimsy, if it gets wet or if it rips, then it's not that durable. So half point for US dollars and 1 point for Bitcoin. So is it divisible? So how much can you divide it by? Like if you don't want to give a whole dollar or a whole Bitcoin, can you go less than that? So Bitcoin, a smaller part of Bitcoin is going to be known as Satoshis. So there is 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin. And of course, in US dollars, I'm pretty sure there is 100 pennies inside of $1. So both of them are pretty divisible. So I give both of them a point. Transferable, can you move it around? Bitcoin, you can move it around because it's on your phone or electronic device where you carry it around anyways with your everyday life. So it wouldn't be not transferable because you're already carrying your electronic device everywhere, I presume. So it's transferable. But then US dollars, it is pretty transferable too. It's just banks and coins. Although the coins could be a bit heavy sometimes, it still won't like weigh you down too much. So both of them are transferable. Now let's look at the most important point. Is it rare or does it have a limited supply? Bitcoin actually has a limited supply of only 21 million Bitcoin, and there's not going to be any more. That's the amount of Bitcoin that are in the world right now. So there is limited supply for Bitcoin. That's why it makes it rare. But for US dollars, as I said earlier, there is no limited supply since it's fiat money. So it's not as rare. And if the government causes an inflation, then the people who work their everyday lives and then they earn their money in hard cash, if they earn $5 and the government increases the production of US dollars, then that $5 might be worth only $4. So it doesn't have a limited supply. So 1 point for Bitcoin, 0 for USD. So now let's take a look at the final results. Bitcoin has 4 and US dollars have 2.5, which means that Bitcoin wins. So before we get started on how Bitcoin and crypto can help save the problem of fiat money, let's take a look at the background of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the grandfather of all coins. It is the #1 cryptocurrency right now. Bitcoin was founded in 2009 by a group of people or one person called, they go by the pen name of Satoshi Nakamoto. That's not their real name. They decided to stay anonymous, so we don't know who they are, or maybe a group of people. They just go by the pen name Satoshi Nakamoto. And 1 Bitcoin, as I said earlier, equals to 100 million Satoshis. And that is, you can divide a lot of Bitcoin, so you can get 1 Satoshi, which is worth 0.0000001% of Bitcoin. Again, I'm not sure if that's correct, but yeah, it's worth, you can divide it a lot, and it has a limited supply of only 21 million Bitcoin. So get your Bitcoins while it's still here, or else it's going to get more expensive once everybody just buys it, so everybody sells it for a higher price. Okay, now let's take a look at the rest of the coins. What are they called, that aren't Bitcoin? Every single coin that is not Bitcoin is called an altcoin or alternate coin. And it's pretty simple. So if you see another coin that's not Bitcoin, you don't know their name, just call it an altcoin. So all these coins, they run on a system called blockchain. Blockchain is a method of storing data on the internet, and it is not easily changed, and I'll show you why. So it's basically a method of storing data. And why is blockchain so secure, right? As I said earlier, the reason it's so secure is one, it's decentralized, and two, everybody has a copy of it. Decentralization, some people might know it as being spread out. So currently in today's everyday life, most of the things we use, such as going to the bank, it's all centralized into one part. Sorry for the background noise, but yeah, it's all centralized into one part, which means it's centralized. So if a group of hackers come to hack and they hack the middle point, then everything is lost because it's stored. The whole power is stored into one point. But during decentralization, the power is spread out for everybody. So it just, if they want to hack one spot, then they would get that spot, but not the entire blockchain. And the other part is because it is, everybody has a copy. So if me and you and person A, person B, right? So all of us have a copy, and I decide to change my copy. So instead of me having like 10 bot, I change it to I have 100 bot. So in everybody else's copy, they say that I have 10 bot, but then in my copy alone, it says I have 100 bot, which means that I am fake. And the blockchain will look at the majority, and since everybody except for mine says I have 10 bot, it will change my document back to say I have 10 bot. Now, makes it difficult to hack because in order to successfully hack a blockchain, you need to do a 51% attack, which means you have to hack 51% or more of the blockchain at the same time, which is incredibly difficult to do, so that's why it's secure. Now let's look at coins vs tokens. These two could be interpreted as the same thing, but they're completely different things, and I'll show you how. So coins are like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Dogecoin, all of that, like the stuff that you know. And tokens are smaller versions like the Shiba Inu token and Sand. I don't know much tokens, but yeah, those are some of the ones I know. And the difference is tokens, they run on top of coins. So basically they use the coin's blockchain, not actually being a coin themselves. So the coin have their own independent blockchain, and the tokens ride on top of the coins. Now on the screen right now, it should show like a whale with like a bunch of fish, and the big whale, right? It is a coin with its blockchain, and the tokens are the small fish surrounding the whale. So that's what it kind of looks like. Now let's compare this to Ethereum and Sand. I might have already given away, but Ethereum is a coin and Sand is a token. So Sand runs on top of Ethereum, which means that Ethereum actually can have multiple coins too, because as I mentioned before, Shiba Inu coin also runs on top of Ethereum, so one coin can have multiple tokens. I hope this video helped you a little bit with what is Sand, Land, and Assets. So if it did, then make sure to like and subscribe. But without further ado, this is the end of the video. See you in the next one. Bye.